Welcome all to a game many of you probably expected I probably cover at some point. Westwood Studios Command & Conquer Red Alert. The prequel to Command & Conquer. Which was, at the time, I guess, not really going to spawn its own, real series, so to say. Like it did, Red Alert 2 and Red Alert 3 and all that. Command & Conquer Red Alert was basically much more of the same of Command & Conquer, but with, a different theme on, how it basically worked. Essentially, in Command & Conquer, you had GDI and Nog going at each other. You had, GDI being, this Goliath with pretty powerful units, and then there's Nog with, its very malicious and guerrilla type of units. Here in Command & Conquer Red Alert, you've basically got the Soviets fighting the Allies. And essentially, you got, the Soviets who are, this big, powerful army. And you got, the Allies who are sort of ragtag, but they're sort of, very smart unit-like in how they basically work. Is the best way of describing them. They don't really have, guerrilla or cloaking type abilities like Nod had, but they are very smart, smart-like. Anyhow, essentially, I've got, this, download that basically lets me get, access to all the expansion missions here. And I've got, Counter-Strike and Aftermath, and I also have these custom missions. I probably won't worry about these too much, but I'll just know that I have them here. Essentially, this game here is freeware. You can actually get this game, Command & Conquer Red Alert, for free if you find a download link for it on the net. It was originally distributed by EA on the 13th birthday of Command & Conquer, basically when it's released. And what they did on the 13th birthday of Command & Conquer is that they said, Command & Conquer Red Alert, Command & Conquer, all the expansions and all that, Command & Conquer Tiberian Sun, these are all going to be freeware for you guys to play. You don't need to buy it or anything, just take it. We're going to give you a few download links, and then, that'll be it. And basically, that's pretty much what, EA did. They basically made it freeware, and then just let, people do whatever they want with the game after that. Anyhow, I figured what we're going to do here is I'm just going to jump into a skirmish. And this is actually something I really liked about Command & Conquer Red Alert. You couldn't actually do this sort of you against the AI and this free-for-all type of battle in the original game, but you can do it here in the this game here. And you can select your side. We're going to play as England, I guess. Let's be green because I'm partial being green. We'll start with no units. We'll have tech level 10, credits 10,000, AI players 1. We'll make it easy just because I haven't actually played this game at all. I've really only just made sure it works, and that's pretty much it. And let's have crates on. Yeah, it's more or less just fine, I think. Alright, well, let's just get this going. I'm going to change this name to DFuxa because that's who I am. And let's just get this underway.
Awaiting order. Affirmative.
Construction options.
So, essentially, for those who don't know what Command & Conquer Red Alert is, and we're going to change down that music just a little bit. For those who don't know, the music in this game is basically by Frank Kopacci. He's the same guy who made the music for Command & Conquer, the original game. And it's a great, great music set. I really liked the OST and actually had a CD for it back in the day for Red Alert. But, it's sort of overbearing, and I'm not sure if it's copyright or anything like that, so yeah. Anyhow, we're going to play here as the Allies, as you can already guess.
Construction options. Building.
You can use around your cursor keys to move around. I'm basically sort of, remembering how to play this game as we go along here. So I'm at the bottom right now. You can scroll around with, your cursor keys or your arrow keys. And essentially, this game is a real-time strategy game. And people like to essentially call this, I guess, this game here, sort of the grandfather of, RTS. It essentially is what really spawned and made the genre real-time strategy popular. And I actually really liked Red Alert a lot. I played the hell of this game before StarCraft came along, for example. And, I still actually play this game, every few years or so when I remember about it and look into it. It's a really fun game.
Construction complete. Construction options. Building.
As you can see here, I'm slowly building up a base. And this is essentially what, you know, Command & Conquer is like. You basically build up a base, you spawn a, you know, an army of troops from them, and you send them to destroy your enemies. Let's get ourselves a war factory up here. There's basically resources called ore or gems in Red Alert, in Command & Conquer Red Alert. This is a little bit different than like the Tiberium that you probably found in like the original game. But for the most part, it's like the same sort of resource mechanics. You basically send out your harvester to collect one resource. He comes back, he drops off the resource, you get money, and then use it to generate troops. It's actually your credits up here. Now, I will say that in like, you know, lieu of like advanced games like Command & Conquer 3, for example, this game seems a little bit out of date, but it's still a very good basis for like what makes a really good real-time strategy game. This is like your map button, but we don't have a radar yet, so it doesn't really matter. I'll get to that in a bit.
Construction complete. Construction options.
Alright, let's get ourselves a ranger. Let's not get that. We're going to get a radar dome. Essentially, I want to sort of map out this area around me a little bit just before I get attacked. And then to start setting up a few defenses. I don't know if we got like Soviets or allies against us.
Unit ready.
Alright, we got this guy out. So, essentially the Allied units, I say they're basically smart, and the Soviet units are basically heavy. In a one-on-one match, usually the Allies end up losing against the Soviet units, but they do have some advantages going for them, the Allies, in that their units are a lot smarter than like the Soviets.
Construction complete.
Alright, we'll put you right there. And we're going to build a camel pillbox and a couple turrets soon, I think. Actually, we've got some war. War is actually really great for the Allies, and you'll see why in a bit. Essentially, in this game, this is actually one of the first real-time strategies that they essentially don't have it so that, you know, the Allies are anywhere balanced in regards to like the Soviets and like how they play with each other. Essentially, in like, you know, Warcraft 1 or Warcraft 2, like from Blizzard, or a lot of other real-time strategies, one of the things they commonly did is they essentially made it so like, you know, the units on each side mirrored each other in like their abilities and, you know, what they did. But this is a little bit different.
Unit ready.
They essentially make this a little bit different in that you essentially don't have balanced sides. The Allies are generically weaker in like their land units, but the Soviets basically don't have very smart units. And you'll notice that these guys are destroying a bridge over here. So you can actually destroy bridges in Red Alert, and this is actually a nice little, you know, strategic thing you can do. So you don't want them like, you know, coming over your bridge here, blow it up.
Construction complete. Construction options. Building.
Yes, sir.
Unit ready. Building.
I'm just going to build up a nice little force here. Yeah, we're just going to... There we go. So there goes that bridge. Let's build this over here. Let's build a tech center.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Acknowledged.
Now, one of the things to note is that in skirmish mode, the enemy is usually really vicious. Basically, in like, you know, the single player campaign mode, the enemy is like sort of like predefined how it works, but in skirmish, the enemy basically just attacks you with everything it's got.
Unit ready.
And it does so, you know, unerringly powerfully, shall we say.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
And here's like some examples of like the smart units we've got here. We've got like the spy.
Construction complete.
I've got like the mechanic. These guys can like, you know, be very useful.
Construction options. Building.
We got ourselves a tech center up. That'll mean that I'll be able to gain access to the very powerful GPS satellite soon. I can also build chrono tanks now.
Building.
Acknowledged.
And Tanya.
Training.
Yes, Tanya is basically your commando in this game. And she's damn powerful when she's used properly.
Reporting. Affirmative.
In skirmish mode, you can actually build tiny too as a Soviet though, so...
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Construction complete.
Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Oh, we got ourselves a Tanya.
Building.
Why not? We'll build a missile silo.
Affirmative.
And you'll notice that when you run out of credits, it basically lets you know you've run out of credits.
On hold. Cancel.
Let's build up another
Building.
war refinery, I guess, to alleviate that. Oh, look at that. We found our enemy. It's a Soviet. So there's the Soviets' units a little bit. They've got, you know, a flame turret right there. Got a couple things there, some infantry.
Affirmative.
That'll be my enemy in this game. The Soviets right here. And notice that they're like, you know, they're defending themselves a little bit here.
Affirmative.
Let's see here.
Yes, sir.
Now, the spy is kind of special in that it's sort of cloaked, but it's not cloaked. It essentially appears as an enemy unit on the enemy side.
Affirmative.
We're going to send him up there, and he's going to just do a little bit of sabotage
Acknowledged.
of our enemies here.
Acknowledged.
Not really sabotage. He's just going to give us some information about what's going on up there in their base.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
And yes,
Affirmative.
we'll keep exploring around for now. It's not really important I explore the entire base because I do have the GPS satellite coming, but
Awaiting orders.
at the same time, it's just good to get sort of a heads up on what's going on with the enemy. Because, you know, information is key. That's how, like, the Allies actually beat the Germans in the Second World War, for example.
Acknowledged.
Just having better information than them. Alright, let's have you march in here. So basically, this spy here, he'll basically avoid detection.
Awaiting orders. Acknowledged.
Just march in there. We're gonna build that right there. Whoops. Anyhow, so here's like their enemy base. So you can see, like, you know, what type of, like, you know, stuff they've got here. The Soviets, they've basically got some random defenses around. There's their harvester.
On my way.
Now, we want to be very careful because you can be squished
Indeed. Indeed.
by vehicles to spy here, so want to avoid that.
On my
And yes, for king and country, because, you know, at World War II time, there was a king in England and all that.
On my way.
King and country.
For king and country.
Construction
way.
complete.
Alright, so we gotta look at some of these guys' units. He's got a few
On my way.
V2 rocket launchers.
Indeed.
I'm gonna press H, and we're just gonna...
Commander. On my way.
Alright, so this guy's actually got 2 ore refiners up, so... You actually learn a little bit about playing the game from the CPUs if you play, you know, these games like this.
For king and country. On my way. For king and country. Indeed.
So here's their base. Essentially, they've only built up a small base. It shouldn't be too much problem for me to take out. I'm surprised they aren't attacking me. The CPU is actually really good at attacking you usually in skirmish. Or I just, you know... Now we got a big, massive attack coming at us. Okay. So yeah, here comes their forces. They're going to send everything at me. This is usually how the AI operates in skirmish. They'll send everything at you like this. Now I just sent my spy into this building here. You can actually now see what it's basically looking like for their side. So this is like the ore they've basically got for like credits. So there's my credits, there's their credits right now. And they built up another ore refinery. That'll be fun to deal with. And I think at this time we're going to start building up
Building.
some more stuff.
Yes, sir. Awaiting
Now it's worth knowing that I can send this guy
Prepare.
vehicle. Reporting.
to
Acknowledged.
this service depot to get repaired.
Affirmative. Reporting.
And we're just going to send these guys up here to deal with him. You going after my harvester because, you know, this AI is pretty smart to go after your harvester and such.
Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
We'll send Tanya here to start, you know, dealing some damage. It's a battle.
Reporting. Affirmative. Vehicle reporting.
So yeah, that wasn't too tough of a battle. Yeah, Tanya's not exactly the smartest unit, by the way. You have to be really careful with her, but she's pretty damn powerful against infantry, so... she's really useful here to take out this stuff. So there's like a first initial battle with the enemy.
Sir? Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Reporting.
Some of my guys took a little bit of damage, but we can actually fix them up. I've already showed you one way of doing it. We can use a service depot down here, but another way you can actually fix up your units is to make use of the mechanic unit down here.
Training.
So I'll basically show him off. And I think we're going to build up a naval yard so I can show you off some of the ships. Ships were actually something new for Red Alert. And basically what ships are, they're essentially, you know, units that run around the sea,
Reporting. Acknowledge.
essentially.
Orders.
If you probably didn't already know that.
Construction complete.
So build this maybe out here. And if I want to, I can build like, you know, destroyers, cruisers.
Building.
Let's build one cruiser. Essentially, how the game works, essentially they balance out the sides, but each of the sides have their like only distinct advantages, and there's a crate. So
Acknowledge.
this is actually something you'll see like, you know, in the... oh, damn, Emmy's gonna get it. Essentially, crates are like little goodie huts that will sometimes spawn in a real-time strategy. You'll see them around, you can like pick them up. So like now he's got a lot more credits, as you can see, because of that money boost he just got. Yeah, you want to keep an eye out for those goodie huts, because in the skirmish mode, if you turn them on, they can really, you know, change the way how the game is played for you. Anyway, let's send this mechanic over here. He's going to fix up some vehicles for us. So this is one of the reasons, like, you know, I call the allies the smart units, because they've got this ability to fix up their units with the mechanic, or use the medic to fix up their guys.
Building.
I got a cruiser, by the way, so we got a cruiser now available. And they are sending more units to attack me yet again.
Vehicle reporting. Vehicle reporting.
Yeah, we're slowly fixing up everything with the mechanic here. And I think they're going to have to be dealt with yet again, so
Unit ready.
that'll have to be done.
Building.
Oh, they're attacking me up there. Again.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Okay, let's send Tanya here up to attack like the infantry and such. I want to be very careful that she doesn't get squished, Tanya, but she can, you know, be a great help taking out these infantry, so... take out all this crap attacking my guys. I actually think that she's a little bit stupider in the commando from, like, the original game, in some ways. She's a little bit too, you know, you have to manage her way too much to make her useful. But there's no doubt that she is powerful to use. Alright, so there's like, you know, a little bit of all that going on. Let's send these guys up here and I'll show you what the cruisers and the destroyers are all about. So essentially, yeah, basically, you have like, you know, the Soviets versus the Allies.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Generally, the Soviets will outmatch the Allies, like, with ground forces, but where the Allies can really shine is with their naval forces, for example. And you'll see what's about to happen with these guys when they're in range of, like, the base over here.
On hold.
I'll turn that off. Let's build a helipad. Build some long-wheel helicopters to fire missiles and stuff. He doesn't have very good air defenses, so that's a good plan, right? And as you can see, ships are kind of slow, but these guys, they'll make up for their worth quite a bit.
I'm there. Awaiting orders.
And I really want to deselect that destroyer.
Affirmative.
Whoopsie.
Acknowledged.
Construction complete.
I guess you can't deselect your naval ships,
Construction option.
annoyingly so.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh yes, you can. You just have to use shift.
Yes, sir.
Alright, just have to get a little bit closer, so
Affirmative.
send them all the way over here, I guess.
Affirmative.
And it is worth knowing that the basically how like the ships work. The allies essentially have access to like ships and such, like naval going vessels, and like the Soviets here, they basically get access to subs. So they're kind of like the Germans kind of like in that aspect.
Awaiting orders.
All right, so these guys are slowly getting in range.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
And cruisers are basically your big guns for the allies. If you have access to them, make use of them because they'll basically decimate the enemy.
Vehicle reporting.
Oh, we're in range. Fire!
Affirmative.
Construction complete.
They are inaccurate, the cruisers, but they make up for it with this sheer firepower.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Awaiting orders.
Like, just a few shots and you can see that thing's almost dead.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Here goes their V2.
Affirmative.
Whoops.
Affirmative.
Overshot the power plant and destroyed the refinery.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged.
Yeah, you can get close to these guys, but they can destroy you, these land units, if you get too close, so.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Fun, fun, fun.
Affirmative.
There goes that tank.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
So yeah, this is basically how the combat sort of rolls out. You'll basically use whatever advantages you can to overcome your enemies. Sometimes you don't have the advantage like this, or you can just just destroy your enemy with with ships from long range, but
Acknowledged.
whatever works basically.
Acknowledged.
Hey, cool, destroyer can attack that guy because it's close enough.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Slowly destroying his flame turret now. It is possible to abuse the mechanics of these guys to make them work a little bit better. Basically, I like to overshoot stuff, so if I fire right here at this spot, that you hit the V2. A little bit better.
Affirmative.
Fire here.
Acknowledged.
There goes that guy.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
Now you'll notice that these guys aren't attacking me anymore. Basically, in skirmish mode, it's you sort of decimate the enemy, they'll stop attacking you and basically say,
Acknowledged.
okay, I've got to worry about, defending myself.
Acknowledged.
And now we're just going to sink his construction yard.
Acknowledged.
Take out this thing and then, I can't build anything else, so.
Awaiting orders.
There goes his ability to build up, any more buildings.
Affirmative.
Don't know why this guy isn't attacking here. I think he's running out of money too, the enemy, so.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Now, note that once I destroy this oil refinery, I don't have any more access to his money, but at this point it doesn't really matter.
Awaiting order. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
There goes the barracks.
Reporting. Acknowledged.
You know, I think at this point we can, you know, stand to maybe increase the speed a little bit, so...
Silos needed.
Oh, I got the atomic bomb ready.
Ready.
Here comes an atomic bomb. This is what it does. Lots of fun. You know what, let's build a whole lot of infantry and such. Or you know what, let's build a whole lot of like just medium tanks and we'll tank rush them.
Yes, sir.
Unit ready. Silos needed. Building.
Affirmative.
Yeah, these guys being stupid, not really hitting anything.
Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building.
Vehicle report. Affirmative.
There's a goodie crate again.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
They're popping up in the most, you know, inopportune places.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Building. Silos needed.
There goes that guy.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Reporting. Acknowledged.
That's good enough.
Silos needed.
And yeah, cells are needed. Cells are needed because, you know, I'm not really spending my money.
Unit ready. Building.
Alright, let's get all these guys just to get over maybe to here.
Unit ready.
So let's, you know, they'll navigate their way over there.
Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir.
And by the way, if you attack harvesters, that usually brings the entire base running.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged.
So yeah, we're gonna have to deal with all the enemies now, but that's fine. We've already won, so...
Unit lost.
Hey, look at that! Goodie how I can get. Whee! So this is what it does. Usually you get money, sometimes you get other stuff too. And let's run in here, destroy the rest of this base.
Report. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Of course. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Silos needed.
Don't care if it's Sal's in here, we've almost won. Stupid game. And we'll send them all down here. And that'll basically be it for this mission. And this is basically a good gist of what, you know, Red Alert is all about. Basically, you build up an army, you build up a base, you build up an army. You basically, you know, set out to achieve your goals. In this case, it's just blowing up the enemy. Drop this down for next time.
Mission accomplished.
And that's basically it for, you know, my basically show what Red Alert is all about.